Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today's topic is architecture of microcontroller. So in this video we are going to discuss a different architecture in a microcontroller, and this classification of microcontroller is mainly based on the organization of program and data memory. Accordingly, there are two distinct architectures. So those architectures are von Neumann architecture and Harvard architecture. So we'll start with the von Neumann architecture. So von Neumann architecture has a single memory storage to hold both program instructions and data. So there is a common memory for program and data. So program and data is stored in a single memory, and the CPU can either read an instruction or a data from a memory at a time or write data to a memory at a time, because it is using only single set of bus, system bus. Von Neumann architecture is named after the mathematician and computer scientist John von Neumann. So here you can see the diagram. So there are three major components that constitute this architecture: CPU, memory, and I/O interface. The central processing unit is composed of control units, ALU, registers. Control unit is responsible for generating control signals based on the order of executing the instructions. This means that control signals are provided to various components within the architecture for proper flow of information. ALU is responsible for executing and performing arithmetic and logical operations, while the registers are responsible for temporary storage of the data and instructions. So memory unit is a crucial part of the overall system, as it stores both data as well as the instruction or code. So memory, the computer memory, is mainly classified as the RAM and ROM. RAM is a temporary storage unit that stores data along with the general purpose instructions, while ROM is the permanent type of memory that holds instruction responsible for booting up the system. So in this architecture, data and instruction both resides in single memory unit. Hence, a single set of bus is used by the CPU to access the memory. After the execution of the program, data gets stored in a memory from where it is provided to the output device. Memory, we have a single read-write memory available for read and writing the instructions and data. So when we talk about the memory, it is nothing but the single location which is used for reading and writing the instructions for data and instructions are also present in it. Data and instructions stored in a single read-write memory within the computer system. So since there is only single memory is used, it requires less hardware. So there is a less complexity in von Neumann architecture. But since data and memory is stored in a single memory, and at a time CPU can access only either data or the instructions, the execution is slower. Okay, it is taking time to fetch the instruction and to read the data from the memory. So each memory has multiple locations, and each location has a unique address. We can address the content of memory by its location irrespective of what type of data and instructions are present in the memory, because of which we can read or write any data and instructions. Execution always occurs in a sequential manner unless the change is required. For example, suppose if you want to execute from the memory address 1 to 10, but now we want to require to execute from the address 50, then we have to jump from the memory address 11 to 50, and we have to execute the instruction memory location 50 onwards. So since data and the program are stored in a single memory unit, the space is not wasted. Okay, so suppose if a particular memory location is not filled by the instruction, the same can be used to store the data. And the operation of this architecture is very simple compared to Harvard architecture. So next architecture is the Harvard architecture. So Harvard architecture is named after Harvard Mark I, which is a relay-based computer which has an IBM computer in the University of Harvard. So it has a physically separate memory storage to hold program instruction and data, which means there is a separate memory for program and a data. Since it has a separate memory, it requires separate buses to access program and data memory. So it is possible to access program memory and data memory simultaneously. So because of two sets of system buses, memory, program memory and data memory can be simultaneously accessed, and because of which the execution is much faster. Okay, if you compare Harvard architecture with a von Neumann architecture, instead of a single memory unit, there are two memory units, so it requires more space to accommodate every memory unit in that architecture. So CPU in Harvard architecture system is unable to fetch data and instructions simultaneously due to the architecture having separate buses for data transfer and instruction fetches. Here in this architecture, CPU operates in somewhat similar manner as in von Neumann architecture, but as here two separate memory units are used, thus separate buses are used for data transferring and instruction fetching. Thus execution speed is much better than the earlier architecture. In this approach, the efficient resource utilization occurs, as the instruction bits are sometimes more than the data bits, but since there are the two sets of memory units, the controlling becomes complex, and the architecture is fetching data and instructions simultaneously. So the interfacing and the architecture becomes complex. Suppose if there could be a wastage of space, if the space is left in the data memory and then instruction memory cannot use the space in the data memory and vice versa. So advantages of a Harvard architecture is that it is faster for the given circuit complexity because it offers a greater amount of parallelism. Disadvantage is that it requires more hardware. Obviously it has two memories units. It requires more hardware to access the two memory unit. It requires system buses. Two sets of system buses are there. The example of Harvard architecture is 8051 family and a PIC microcontroller. And suppose if you look at the example of a von Neumann architecture, the Motorola 6-set HC11 microcontroller is based on the von Neumann architecture. If you like the video, do subscribe it and hit the bell button.